After months away, a group of Idaho lawmakers back at the Capitol today for the second ethics hearing of the year. Earlier this year, the House Ethics Committee held a hearing for a now former lawmaker accused of raping a State House staffer. The second ethics hearing actually stems from that first one, with Representative Priscilla Giddings sharing a link on her social media pages and then on her newsletter that included the name and the picture of the alleged rape victim, Jane Doe. So a group of 24 lawmakers signed onto a formal ethics complaint that asked for an investigation and a hearing into Representative Giddings for her behavior unbecoming a lawmaker. Lawmakers heard hours and hours of evidence and testimony today, and they just wrapped up earlier, just a bit ago, right around 3 o'clock. Joe Paris is at the State House right now. And Joe, how did the Ethics Committee come to a conclusion today, if they did at all?
Yeah, so they're actually going to come to a conclusion, we assume, tomorrow. They're going to take the rest of the afternoon and this evening to deliberate, and they are set to meet again tomorrow at 10 o'clock. But what did the committee hear this morning? Well, the first part of the morning was a group of lawmakers that had actually signed on to the ethics complaint. We heard their perspective and their point of view, some of them sharing the opinion that they thought that the way Representative Giddings acted was inappropriate with her posts on social media, saying that they also didn't think she was entirely truthful during her testimony during the first ethics hearing earlier this year. Now, none of the lawmakers came out and said that she was a liar, but some of the lawmakers said that they don't think she told the full truth or she told half-truths. Later on this afternoon, we heard from Representative Giddings. To be quite frank, she made it clear that she really didn't want to be there. She has said recently that she thought all of this really was a political play, so it was pretty tense, understandably, between Giddings and the House Ethics Committee. I do want to play a selection for you here of the interaction between the committee and Giddings so you can get an idea. We'll roll that for you now.
Representative Giddings, the group complaint on the second page, as you pointed out, the penultimate question or penultimate sentence, it says further the appearance of dishonesty while under oath. And so I'm asking if you would like to clear up your response to Representative Gannon's question about pictures, about that news article.
In that complaint, they were referencing a different statement that I made, and I will stand by my statement that everything that I said that day was accurate to the best of my knowledge.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, Representative Crane.
In that group complaint, it's, I believe, the third paragraph down. This is referenced directly in there, starting with second, Representative Giddings appeared to misrepresent her actions to the Ethics and House Policy Committee while under oath. It goes on to say, when pressed further by a committee member who pulled up her Facebook post, that would be Representative Gannon, and could see the photo, she feigned ignorance. And again, I'm a very blunt guy, Representative. If you post, you didn't post. Just let us know. Just be candid with the committee. Tell us yes or no. Don't hedge this way and play these semantics and games. It makes it much more difficult for the committee in trying to determine what the outcome, what your intent was, how this went down. So if you'd answer the counselor's question, I would appreciate it because it is very explicitly spelled out in the complaint.
Mr. Chairman, if you're going to accuse me of playing games, then do I get the opportunity to accuse you of playing games?
I think you have, Representative. And misstating the rule and doing other things and little allusions to that we're not doing things according to House Rule 45 and that you're being impugned somehow in doing that. You've impugned the committee thereby.
So a lot of back and forth and a lot of questions about what will happen tomorrow. I just really want to quickly reiterate Representative Giddings maintaining today that she said that she was truthful during her testimony during the Von Ellinger hearing, and she says that when she shared that link, she was unaware that it included Jane Doe's picture and image. She said that she only skimmed the article before posting it online. Brian, there's been questions about where this could go from here. There's a few major options the committee could go with. They could come back tomorrow and say, after hearing the evidence and hearing testimony, we decide we're going to drop the whole thing together. The other scenario they can do is the House Ethics Committee can recommend actions, anything from censure to all the way up to expulsion for the full House to vote on. If they go that way, Brian, eventually the full House would have to vote on any recommendations.
You mentioned she kind of refused to answer a lot of questions, making a point of saying, I'm not sure why this is relevant to this hearing. At one point even saying, I'm not sure how I run my social media pages is relevant to this, when in fact that's kind of the basis of what is happening today and possibly tomorrow. All right, thank you very much, Joe.